Hey there, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising. It's Maggie. Welcome to Moon Directed, where we work with energy to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. Today, what I saw when I was trying to get into your energy was I saw like this rainfall. It was like raining, water just dropping into a like a creek bed. And so I could see all the splashes, individual splashes, and then each of the splashes created like the little rings coming off of it. And it was like Spirit was raining down energy, ideas, inspiration to you. And then I saw the rain collecting up, and it starts moving, and so like the little droplets that went out, they were moving these leaves, and I saw this one really bright green leaf, and it really seemed to represent you floating along with divine guidance, help, and inspiration. So then there was this floating along, and the creek became a river, and the river became a very large river, and then there was a waterfall. And it was a gentle waterfall, but it was a waterfall that went down into what became the ocean. And then the little leaf turned into a boat and raised the sails and set sail. And so I'm like, you are receiving divine inspiration, and it might be coming in little drips, like a little piece of it here, a little piece of it there. The sun is still in Aquarius, and this reading is actually for the remainder of the Aquarius sun sign season, and for especially for a Pisces rising, this would be in your 12th house. So you may be receiving this information coming in through dream time. You could be receiving it through music. Pisces gets a lot of inspiration through music. You are very connected to music. There is if you're a Pisces moon, you could just be feeling it coming in at different times through different things. There's a need to try to connect into what it is and how it is that you get your intuitional hits, and you may be getting a lot of them. It is like filling you up. It's just filling you up. I feel like Pisces may have been feeling a little depleted, and I feel like this is a very refreshing rain of inspiration, and I think 2020 kind of depleted a lot of us. And so really paying attention. I would really recommend jotting things down so you don't lose track of it, because sometimes when this energy is coming in, and especially with Neptune hanging out in your sign, there's it's hard to hang on to. It's hard to make it concrete and remember everything. And so keeping a journal when you have these ideas or whatever, just a little notepad that you keep next to your bed or in your pocket or whatever, just try to write things down when you think of them to see what is going on with you. This is so funny. I just did Cancer, and they also had this for their overall energy, milk and honey. And so I feel like there's a real opportunity here for water signs really to be in flow with all this energy from Spirit, which is funny because the sun is in an air sign. So, but we are prepping up. We are prepping up for this this change of seasons, right? So I want to talk for just a second about that new moon that is happening in Aquarius, and it is happening. Okay, you want that card? It is happening on February 11th, and this one has so much energy. We have Venus going to be conjunct with Neptune in Aquarius. Just about the same time, so just a few degrees away, so basically conjunct with this new moon too. So there is a lot happening as far as expanding what is of value to you, what your dreams are, and pulling these ideas down out of the ethers and really turning them into something amazing for you. So really paying attention to your dreams. All right, so welcome to my 9-card spread. We are going to cover your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, the past, the present, and the future. We're going to clarify. Let's get into it. If you've never been here before, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It is always lovely to have you here. If you would hit the thumbs up or leave me a comment, it's very helpful with YouTube analytics. Everybody, I'm sure, on YouTube says so. And there's a reason why. So look, this beautiful milk and honey, right? There's a rainbow, which it feels like it was after a storm, and there was all that rain. I think that if you went through a difficult time recently, and if you view it that way, that was an opportunity for growth, right? To get in flow with spirit, because when you think about it, the more rain there was, the bigger the body of water came, and the easier it was to float along with it. And so a lot of learning, a lot of processing through that time. So either you are coming out of a difficult situation, and if you can look for the gifts in it by being in flow with spirit, what did you learn from it? Then that will really help you along the pathway. I'm really seeing this honey here, and the honey comes from oh look, there's an elephant playing in the milk bowl. I don't know why. I've literally never paid attention to that. Okay, so that honey is that is the sweetness that comes. That is the energy of the like the Empress, the growing something through hard work and teamwork. And Aquarian energy is often about that teamwork. What's good for one, when we combine all that energy, it becomes good for the many. But this elephant is so joyfully playing around it, and the elephant is always about the wisdom and the knowledge of lifetimes. And so really paying attention to your intuition, and what are you hearing and what are you getting. I feel like your spirit guide team is the bees that are buzzing around, bringing you information from the other side. I call back all the pieces and the parts of me across all lifetimes and timelines that are beneficial for me in my soul growth path and my soul's mission in this lifetime. Okay, so in the area, in the heart space right now, which is the key to the situation. This is the key: past, present, future, thoughts, feelings, action. You have the clean it up, but it's in the reverse. So the key to this is letting go and clearing out the residual things that are blocking the flow of the abundance of the universe to you. And a lot of times this can be done through you simply deciding to forgive yourself and others for the lessons, because they're not trying to hurt you. It may seem like that, but before you incarnated, you said, I really want to learn this really hard lesson. Who volunteers to be my really strict teacher? Right? And so then you end up in these situations, and if you keep finding yourself in the same situation over and over again, then that was something you really wanted to work on. And so instead of being upset with people, instead thank their souls for volunteering to come and help you, and to take a look at it and say, oh wait, what was the lesson there? What do I need to know? So allowing yourself the opportunity to gather that information and then clear it out. I cut the cords of negative energy across all lifetimes and timelines. I release myself from, what is it that you're struggling with? Are you struggling with money situations? Are you struggling with love situations? What is that lesson that keeps coming up over and over and over? And you say, hey, I cut the cords on that. Saint Michael, come and help me. Archangel Metatron, come and help me. And I want to clean this up so that I can be in flow with spirit. And so there's been a lot of thought in recent times about, where do you fit in? Who is your tribe? Where do you belong? How is that working for you? And I feel like, okay, so you have the go the distance, but it's in the reverse. Mercury's in retrograde. And when I have go the distance and clean it up both in reverse, there's a need to go back and look at something in order to transform your life around a group of people or a situation before you take off in a new direction. There's something that needs to be cleaned up. There's a forgiveness. There's a lesson to be learned, noted, an attitude within yourself that needs to be changed. And because we can't change anyone but ourselves anyway. So how can you view things a little bit differently to help you? Okay, so Pisces, you have in the future you have the thinker, but he's in the reverse. In the space of the thoughts. And so it could be one of two things. There's a danger of overthinking something and getting analysis paralysis, or it could be a really good sign that you're like, not going to spend my time thinking about this. How do I feel about it? Because Pisces, was all of that intuitive energy that you have and all this flowing of inspiration and guidance coming to you from spirit. Being in flow with spirit is about listening through your heart space. It's not about trying to think your way out of a problem. It is definitely about feeling your way through it. Okay, so in the recent past, you've been struggling a little bit with the whole receptive energy of yin. There's kind of like, I want to take action. I want to do something. I feel like I should be on the go. I feel like I should be making a change. But I really feel like being open to receiving from spirit the unconditional love. The knowledge that you are so loved. And other people's thoughts and opinions about you are really none of your business, because that's their issues and they're trying to mirror them out to you. And that's not your problem. That's theirs, and they need to work on it. Be open to receiving love. Be open to receiving the inspiration from spirit. Be open to releasing and letting go that which doesn't bring that to you. I'm going to the book. We have not for you in the heart space, but it's in the reverse. And I just want to double check. When I look at that, I think there is something that is for you that everybody might be telling you is not for you. It says, don't chase after what flees from you. Don't obsess over what eludes you. Don't bang your head against the wall. There is nothing romantic about what is unavailable. No prize given for torturing yourself, and nothing to be gained by refusing to see the red flags that have been waving since you began your pursuit. Now is the time to walk away. Whatever the situation is, it's not going the distance. It's not going the distance. And I think there's a need to let it go, clean it up, release it. So could it be a job? Absolutely. Could it be a friendship, family relationship, a romantic partnership? It could be any of those things. But in order to get to the land of milk and honey, there is going to be a need to go through this storm. And part of going through this storm is allowing yourself to float along with all the signs and the signals that are coming in from spirit. Spirit is trying to tell you the situation is not benefiting you. So shove off from the shore. Allow yourself to get into the stream, into the flow with spirit. It's almost like those water droplets that are coming down as the waves go out from them. You know, they hit this little leaf that's next to the shore, and it moves it, and it gets it into the stream, into the flow. And so you have the ability to attract to you energy that resonates with your vibrational energy. And so when you raise your vibrational energy, when you love yourself more, when you do these things for yourself, then that's the energy that you attract in. And so at that point, why would you want to hang on to something that's running away? There's no point. If it wants to go, let it go. Be grateful for the lessons. send love and blessing on the way, but let it go. Whether it's, and again, it doesn't necessarily, it could be a job opportunity. It could be a place to live kind of thing. I know this summer when I was looking for a place to live, there was this place that was so bizarre. Like, I thought we were getting along great when I was talking to the leasing agent, and I actually wanted to take the apartment above her. And as we're walking out, she looks at me and goes, no, you can't jump rope up in the apartment. Like, I literally did not say that. Last time I jump roped, I literally tore the ligaments under my shoulder. As my cousin wanted to say, oh, you sprained your boob? Yes. So, I don't jump rope. It's not an exercise that works for me. It makes me uncomfortable. So I don't know where she heard that, but she was so convinced I had said that, I guess, because she did a very illegal thing. She refused to respond to my application. She refused to take my call. When I would show up, she'd lock the door and pretend she wasn't in the office. The maintenance guy was like, oh, I'll go get her. And he goes into the office, then he comes, and then he doesn't come back out. And I'm waiting, and I'm like, oh my God, she's totally avoiding me. So as much as I really wanted to be there, location-wise, it was great. It was very centrally located. The price was much better than what I'm paying for now. And it was more room, and there was so many things I really liked about it. Clearly, it wasn't for me. So I stopped chasing. And it ended up in a really nice place. And so and there's a reason I'm here, and I know what it is, but anyway, so that's how that goes. So something that's not for you, other things turn out to be really for your benefit. And so clean it up, let it go. Clear the space in your life to allow for something new to come in with that new moon that's coming in Aquarius. So you've been trying to do things according to the book. So and it's an obstacle, like playing by the rules, right? Playing by the rules, and other people are not. And because we have this tribe, I feel like it's an organization more than a relationship. Like, I feel like it's something with work, or, I mean, for some of you, it could totally be a one-on-one relationship, but it seems like a family situation, or I don't know, there's like something very, when I see this, like there's a hierarchy, there's an organization, and you're trying to play by the book, and it's just not working out. So, come to the edge. Come to the edge says, be willing to get ready, be willing to take a risk. If you want to find this, you're going to need to step away from this other stuff that's not working, that's not going the distance. I got to unplug just a second. All right. So, there's a need to release and let things go. Oh. Okay, so in the outcome, you have the why in reverse. You don't need to know why. Wow. You don't need to know why people do what they do. I can tell you what the why is. The why is they are reflecting and mirroring, and they're teaching, and they're learning, and they're growing the same way you are. So that's the why. But the why, in the end, it's like, why they particularly acted the way they did isn't what's important. What's important is the why are you receiving this kind of energy from people. That's the only why that really matters. So whoever this is, whatever this is, you've played by the rules. It's not working out, and it is time for you to choose you, to do what works for you, to go after your dreams, and stop supporting others who do not support you. Right? And take the high road. You have be graceful in movement and action, and be the light. And this is you choosing to step into your power of self-love, to be open to receiving and being in flow with the universe. When you choose you and you get into flow with spirit, then you are moved along in a way that you get to unfurl your sails, and you get to go into the direction that you were supposed to always go. Alrighty then, for some of you, this has to do with your kids. Oof. Ouch. From personal experience, I can tell you it's as children. Know that your children are protected. From personal experience, I can tell you, I had a very difficult situation around that. There were a lot of lies and harassment directed at me from a in-law. Well, actually from a couple from different generations. It was just really entertaining the whole way around. It has affected different situations, affected different my children, and it's really all of them have been affected by different varying members of family. And so I know it's something karmic I was here to deal with. And when I figured out that what I really needed to do was go and seek my own life and not make my life about my children. When I said, okay, so I did the best I could, I really did, and they're going their way. And I shoved off from the shoreline, and I went off on my own. And that's when the joy and the happiness started pouring into my life. There was some really dark times, I have to tell you. Really dark times. I literally almost did not survive the pain. So, Pisces, for those of you who are suffering through a situation like that, when you are in an aircraft and the pressure drops and those masks come down, you know, you have to put yours on first before you can put it on anyone else. You're going to have to take care of yourself. And what I actually just saw was in lifeguarding, when they are teaching you in lifeguarding and you're trying to save somebody. So this could be that you're dealing with a child that has some kind of a major addiction and you're trying like crazy, and they come home and they steal or whatever, you know, to support their habit. Or it has a lot of that kind of energy around this. When you're dealing with that kind of situation, when you're in lifeguarding and you're teaching water rescue, they tell you, if the person you're trying to rescue is pulling you under, it is your moral obligation to kick yourself free and save your own life. Okay? So if you're running after a situation and you don't understand why it's like that, why it's happening, sometimes there's just nothing else you can do, and you got to let it go. You got to let them go. They will learn how to swim or they won't, but you have got to learn how to swim. You've got to learn how to save yourself. That's probably, and I don't want you to think that when you set yourself free that you don't reconnect, because according to these cards, I think that there's a possibility for that down the line, because we have things are shape shifting, which means things are changing, things are moving in a way into a new form that might work. It's kind of like that leaf turning into the boat, but we have protection and resurrection. And so I feel like you're being protected through this process. And at some point in time, there will be an opportunity to revisit it. But it's not right now. When something is running that hard, chasing it does no good. It just makes them run harder and faster. So, I'm really sorry. I know that is not all of your story, but I feel like for Pisces in general, there's a need to kick yourself free from a situation right now that you've been really trying to make work, and it's just not working. And so I feel like Spirit is saying, kick yourself free from the shoreline, get in flow with Spirit, ask for what you need, and it will be brought to you, or you will be brought to it, and just kind of float right now. Okay? The sun is going to be moving into your sign soon, and I think things will be shifting and changing then. So, with the new moon in Aquarius, with all that supportive energy there, plant your seeds of intention for what makes you feel like you're in the land of milk and honey. And if what it is this relationship with maybe your family or your friends or whatever that you wanted to heal, understand that your timing is not divine timing. So ask for what you want and then set yourself free and go out and do and live your life and allow the pieces to get moved back into place. Okay? You have lavender. Connect to body, mind, and soul. When I see lavender, I feel like you're really stressed out and you could use a nice lavender bath. Relax into it and just let yourself drift. And forgive yourself. You didn't do anything wrong. Most of us, we just run around doing the best we can and learning and growing along the way. And nobody can tell me that I didn't do my best. I know I did. Did I get everything right? No. Would I do some things differently now that I can step back from it and I have 20/20 hindsight vision? Yeah, there are a few things I would have done differently. But I can promise you, I got up every morning doing the best I could. And I went to bed every night and reviewed the day and said, hey, could have done that better. And so then I would try new things and I would adjust and I would try. And that's all we can ever do. All right? So let yourself off the hook. Let them off the hook. You go live your best life. That is the gift that you give yourself. That is the gift you give your universe. And by the way, that's the gift you give these people. When you show whoever, boss, coworkers, friends, family, children, that you are living your best life, you are now a shining example of how to get it right. Sometimes that's all you can do. All right? That's a lot, by the way. All right, Pisces, you guys take care. Next week, we're going to actually do videos for, I am going to do the moon astrology. I just decided that, in the middle of the Cancer video. Again, I'm going to do that anyway. But on top of that, I'm going to be doing videos next week for divine masculine and divine feminine healing energies. I feel like this is really important. We have both inside of us. And so after looking at this, I really want to encourage you to come back and check out the Pisces one for that. I think that you might find it helpful. All right, you guys, take good care of yourselves, love yourselves, and just, understand that not everybody gets it right all the time, and that's why we're here, to learn and to grow and to love unconditionally as you are loved unconditionally by all that is. All right, you guys, take care.